Hey there, folks. Welcome in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, day by day. Today's the 5th of October. How are we doing? It's morning, 9:12 in the morning. Thanks for being here. Appreciate all of you. Hope you're doing well. We got stuff to talk about. Um, let's see what happens right off the bat. I watched a video earlier today by Gerbil saying that he would expect that the home one, when he gets the B-Wing here, I'm sure all of you have seen the B-Wing by now, but I have not because it's a couple of days down the road for me, that it will go in for invocation, that it will go under investigation because it will beat the Executor. And the reason he said this is because nobody knows how to use the Raven's Claw. And that's what I love about that's what I love. I love when the Gerbil does these Raven's Claw videos. And he's like having to explain to people how the Raven's Claw works, because so many people just poo-poo it and be like, "Oh, didn't I did this? Oh yeah, I was like, I did this yesterday. I did that." And it's like there's people like Rabbit Beaver who I've just like, and so many content creators, like, they're just avoiding Raven's Claw, because they don't know how to use it. And it's not that the Raven's Claw is bad; it's that you're bad at using the Raven's Claw. And I saw that, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, because like, and Turbo said CG's really bad at how they actually test stuff. And he's like, if you just read what it says, and if it just works as it says it's going to, we're going to, what he's essentially saying is, and I know I'm saying this for me, I'm saying this in the past, you're going to see this in a week, on probably the 12th or so. And you're going to be like, yep, that's what it does. I just want to tell you that if you didn't see it, he did this video on the 5th. I watched it. It was 5 hours ago. He's obviously in China. I'm not in China. So he was doing it at probably about, I'm guessing, mid-afternoon over in China while I was sleeping. But yeah, it's just like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Just hearing that and just knowing he's right, because I've seen the logic behind how his homework one theory works, and he's got a whole list of, hey, home one, Raven's Claw beats this, and he goes and he has that on his site. And if you've not seen it, I highly encourage you to go check it out, because it'd be well worth your time. You can learn a lot about the Raven's Claw, and quite frankly, he's like, yeah, it's like, it's a different version of Hans Millennium Falcon, and it is. And it's just, I think it's tremendous watch. You might disagree, that's fine, but I highly encourage you to, before you pass judgment, to actually go see what it does, go see how it works, go try it for yourself, and then if you don't like it, just say, "Huh, I don't like it," but just don't poo-poo it out of the reasons, because you've heard, because all these people who have never actually used it have said it's bad. Now, why don't you go try it? Why don't you go look at what the gerbil's saying, and then see if he's right? And then if he's not right, just be like, okay, well, I tried, but I've seen it, and it works. And I've not tried it at the way that he's tried it, because he's saying that the home fleet with with the Ravens Club works a lot like the Ewoks do in GAC. And a lot of people poo-poo him and think he's crazy for running Ewoks, but the guy makes it work. That's the thing. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a really big Gerbil fan. I will say that I'm a Gerbil fan. Gerbil, I'm a fan. Unlike a lot of other people's. And I'm actually a fan of Arnold, which takes me to something I want to talk about Arnold. I respect Arnold for trying to do this Chronosium thing. And I was on board. I was totally on board. Until he said VR. Until he announced the platform was VR. At that point, I'm just like, I mean, because if you have VR and you can afford an Oculus or Quest or whatever, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just not that person. And I think that they're going to lose a lot of market share because of that. And at the point when he said that, I'm just like, okay, I'm out. And, I'm just telling you my feelings. You can feel either way, but that's all I'm going to say about it. But it's just, it is what it is. And it's unfortunate that, Anyway, let's move on. We need to pull. We're at 156. Why are we? We're like so low. So we're still in saving mode where we're saving everything for November 1, which is the day that I've decided that I'm going to store everything up, and then we're going to go. And then on November 1, we're going to go rawr, and we're going to jump forward, and we're going to go and finish Captain Rex and Captain Drogon, and finish, and then begin the climb officially. Then officially begin the climb for Galactic Legend Leia Organa, and in the background we're just doing all this other ancillary stuff to try to prepare for Home 1, because we have a lot of fleet stuff that we have access to and that we're just not using, and so that's what we're going to be doing. So we've got Monza 1 we're taking up. We're going to take Monza 1. We're taking up first. Then work on Cat. Then we'll bring up Cassian. And then we'll worry about bringing whoever else up. And then we'll move on from there, as the story goes. What we're going to do is we're not. What's going to be enough? Let's take them all. Why not? We're probably going to need them all anyway. And luckily we did, because we only got 4 out of 33. I don't know how many we pulled. And so that gets us get one more of these done, which is good. So that means we need the exact same thing over here. And then we got to come over here, and we'll, hopefully this is available in the store. It is. That's good. So I'll pick these up here. Go and pick up some more because we know we're going to need them eventually. And we've got raid rewards tonight coming. And so let's pick up this top one here. So that finishes the top one here. And so we need 2 more, and then Mon Mothma will be in relics. And we've only got to take her to relic 5, so that shouldn't be, she's going to be the first. She's going to be the first one of the profundity requirements we push up into relics and then out. But I may have to stop because I you haven't seen this, but on my original account, I have Tarful pushed into relics, and because I don't see this thing, this whatever it is, I don't do it, because you only see this indicator, I've noticed, when you're like this. Once you go into relics, it's just, you see the stars, but you don't see the how many. So I've had to keep that in mind for the other account when I'm doing Tarful. But yeah, but we're headed in the right direction. We've got. It's not going to be It's going to be a long time before we get to profundity. Well, it's not. It's just we're going to have to gear them like everybody else. Like we have to gear everybody else, and that's aggravating. And it takes time. It takes treasure, and it's just not comfortable. But yeah, we're making every day. We're making a little bit of progress, and I'm happy about that. Went for a mentioned this earlier in the other video. I went for a long walk yesterday with my kids, and it was hot, and I shouldn't have done it, and I was kind of miserable before I did it. But today I'm going to take it a little bit easier. I'm going to go for a shorter walk, and I'm not going to push as hard as I did yesterday. And it's just one of the things. But I've done really well. I've gone for. Today will be 8. Today will be day 8 that I've gone for walks in a row. It started last Sunday, and then we've gone all week, and then we're back to Sunday, and we're doing pretty good on the walks. And hopefully it will show up sooner or later in our body, because we're trying to eat less and everything less in general. But did I pick up right as I did? I just wanted to make sure I picked them both up, because I'm like, why do I still have that much here? And so let's jump in and let's pull the Kairos and get what we need. We need 54. That's good. Getting up a little further and further every day. That's okay. Let's do a shop, and then I'll let you go. I appreciate all of you for being here. We're still really far away from the Outrider, and it's going to take a while. So I think Outrider's probably going to be. I don't know that we end up finishing all of Profundity before we get the Outrider, but because it's going to be. Could be 4 or 5 months if we don't double up. That it takes us to get to Profundity, and that's at least a little concerning. And as you can see, we end up using almost everything that we have up, and that's okay, because that's kind of where you want to be ideally. But we are getting raid rewards today, and then at that point we'll be able to move forward, and things won't be quite so bad. Things won't end up being quite so bad. It won't be, just end up being able to move forward is really, really good. And we're done with Piston, which is good already. So that's going to help us accelerate a little bit more. We're going to pick these up here. Do we finish the Malevolent and the Negotiator? We did. Okay. Let's pick these guys up here because we need them. And is there anything else? I don't think so. Let's get the Gauntlet, because why not? Let's come down here to Grand Arena. This year, pick it up. Make your life easier. Just pick it up here. Computer prototype salvage. Just makes your life so much easier. Get to this last one, and we don't really need a whole lot of everything, but we're just going to pick them up because we know that we're probably going to end up using them for their Profundity, and it's just better if we pick them up now so we don't have to worry about that later. And is that it? Yeah, that's it. So all I have to do is Fleet, Battle Witch, I'll do offline, and TB and Conquest. But anyway, I appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. As always, God bless. Hold the line, and remember that I have friends everywhere. We'll see you next time. Bye.